They say I don't make sense, but I got two in my pants.
I cut all 4 of my dad episodes together into one clip episode to back up here on archives. Thank you. Enjoy. Hi, and welcome to a very awesome, a unique in Exile. My dad joined us. We recorded it live earlier. If you are not subscribed or have not rung the bell, then you got screwed. You didn't get to see it. But I'm cutting these videos up. I'll be putting them out today. And this is my dad on the Biden situation.
They say I don't make sense, but I got two in my pants. But if I end up in a raggedy old tent, at least I can count with no hands.
We're live. Dad. I have at least 2 generations here. So this is my dad, Ed. He is why I'm so ruined. He just celebrated his 81st birthday, and we might even show some recordings of the cake ceremony because we got his cake ready. We're going to sing him. We're all going to sing him happy birthday. Yes, the Army is here. The In Exile Army is here. Dad came in from Colorado. Tell me about Biden. Who is running this country right now? Can it be Biden?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know who's in charge.
Yeah. Whatever apparatchiks, whatever government state workers are in charge, I just know it's not Biden. Okay, and then I have my daughter is off screen right over there. My daughter is, there you go, wave hi, is here from college. So we have 3 generations of TenNapel on the air at once. It's family day in Exile. We're all in the bunker. Welcome to my bunker. They're all saying happy birthday, Dad, in Exile. There you go.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. Isn't that nice? Wishes. Hello, Dad. Happy Saturday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to a wise man. He is wise. My dad is one of the normal bread and butter Trump voters. Okay, you're a Trump supporter, right?
I am.
And so tell me about this last election. What is the deal? You voted for Trump, and we expected him to win, and what?
Well, I can't believe there's so many stupid people out there that would vote for the other side. I mean, yeah. Or I look at myself and I look at your mom sometimes, and we look at each other and go, how can we be so wrong? But
someone's wrong. Well, the trick is, Dad, there aren't that many stupid people out there who voted for him.
There are because Biden got voted in
by a bunch of robots.
There is a problem with what's going on here. I just hope that when they, I'm 81.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I have, honestly, I don't know if I've got 4 years left in me.
Yeah.
I probably won't be around for the next election. But I'm thinking that when they get 4 years of this guy, they ought to be wanting to run him out of town. If he lives that long, and if Camilla gets in there, it's worse. Right now, I'm kind of missing Obama.
Yeah, we're longing for the mere incompetence of Obama.
Yeah, I kind of miss that guy.
Hi, and welcome to a very awesome, a unique in Exile. My dad joined us. We recorded it live earlier. This is my dad on COVID, which he had, and getting the vaccine, which he's gotten the first shot.
Been a raggedy old tent, at least I can count with no hands. Best believe I'm eating dirt. Grass has a lot of nutrition. Down in the underground town.
Okay, one more thing. Because I have so many seniors in my audience, Dad, you had COVID difficulties and you got your first shot and they found you in the you went to the hospital and you got lung blood clots. Now, the COVID vaccine is being cut out in, what are the European countries? They forbid people from doing the AstraZeneca one because of a problem with blood clots.
I think that's most of them.
Do you think it was COVID that gave you the blood clots, or because you also had COVID? Is it COVID that gave you the blood clots, or is it the vaccine?
According to the doctors, and I had 3 of them, I ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, they're all liars, but go ahead.
with this COVID stuff. Well, what took me to the hospital was pains like in my chest that I never had before. I wasn't sure if I was having a heart attack. And I'm not one to run to the doctor or hospital for anything. So Mom and I kind of suffered. Both of us had it. And we suffered about 4 days with it. And one afternoon I said, we better go to the emergency room.
Which vaccine did you get, they're asking?
I got the Moderna.
Yeah. Moderna, yep.
And we didn't get a choice. Our particular health department in Delta, Colorado had that vaccine.
Yeah.
And so we went there and we got it, and we had no problems. Sore arm, minor stuff. But then we started going downhill from there. So 4 days later, and I end up in the hospital for 3 days with blood clots on my lung. And I go, never had anything like this before. What's going on? Now, the doctor there, first of all, you got to know that no one knows anything about this damn COVID.
That's right.
They don't know jack shit.
That's right.
And that, you get all kinds of opinions. I've got friends that won't get the shot, and I don't care. That's up to them.
So will you take the second round and take a risk on getting?
Well, we were due our second shot. It was like 20, I believe we had to wait 21 or 28 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the day that we were supposed to go get our second shot.
Don't come in for a second shot.
Huh? And he said, don't come in.
We put Batwing on you.
Because you've had COVID. And so you're covered for 90 days. So you guys schedule your second shot 90 days from now, which is going to put us somewhere at the middle of April.
Are you going to do it?
I believe I will.
Oh.
I'll go get the second shot, but
we'll just call an ambulance in advance and have it ready. We'll have it ready to go. We'll say, we'll dial 911 and we'll be ready for the third one just in case.
Well, here's the thing.
Well,
if it was the shot that gave me the blood clots.
Yep.
Because we're all being guinea pigs right now.
That's right. Experimental drug.
Then we will know if the shot gave it to me or not. Because if I don't get clots with the second shot, then it was the COVID that gave me the blood clots.
Okay, real quick, Dad, ethics and Ami. Ethics. This channel can get shut down for telling the truth. It could cost me $100,000.
Oh, no.
So should I lie?
No.
for the moral's sake, no.
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 You just be careful what you say.
Yeah. You got to be careful what you say.
You know the channel is watching you. Yeah. And you know they don't want you on here with your points of views because you're way too far right.
I'm right in the middle, Dad. I'm center.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. I ride that center.
I'm right in the middle.
Yeah. But yeah, you just gotta watch what you say. You play a game. It's all a game.
Yeah. We all have to play that game.
Well, there isn't anybody should have the power to be able to shut the president of the United States off. That is just wrong.
That's right. They took away his platform. He's going to build a media company, Dad. He's going to own them all. I'm telling you. He's going to build his own media company to protect his free speech.
Well, and I'm glad he's going to do that, and I really hope he does. It's rumored that he will. Yeah. And I really hope that he does, because these companies that are in charge now are a bunch of bastards.
That's right. They're saying, don't take the second shot. They love you too much, Dad.
Well,
they don't want to see you go.
Thanks for your advice.
The reason why they prescribe a second shot too is why it's recommended.
Okay, wait. You guys got to know. My daughter goes to college and she's studying to be a nurse. Okay, so she studies all of the medical statistics. So go ahead. Educate them real quick. Talk in the microphone.
I'm in microbiome right now, and we've been going over all of the naming devices and all of the ways that drugs can act in a body and the way COVID works, really, especially since that's the forefront right now. And the deal is that the second shot is only recommended because taking the second shot is what builds those memory cells. So the immediate first shot you get the B cells and the antigen. They go to the T cells. T cells say, let's fight this pathogen. And then they start creating memory cells. But that only kicks in when you get a booster, which is why stuff like the meningitis AWCY vaccine is given when you're in your teens after you've had it as a baby.
Sure.
Make sure you don't get it. When you do this for COVID and you've already had a reaction, what Papa had, I think, was a cytokinetic storm where your immunity is kind of, your own body betrays you, really.
Psychokinetic?
Cytokinetic.
Cytokinetic, okay.
So that can either be from COVID or from the shot. But my guess is, since it was so soon after the shot, it has to do with that, especially since that's been something that's been happening. Blood clots are not a usual reaction to COVID.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's the shot.
But commonly,
if you get the
a reaction to the shot.
Commonly, and the second shot is the one that's worse because that's the one that prompts those memories.
Dad, they're going to take you out. They're going to take you out.
I would not recommend the second one.
Okay. Well, it's for those of you out there who the main thing is, if you take the shot, it is experimental. It's not bad. It's a risk. It's always a risk, right? It's a risk not to get it. It's a risk to get it. That's all we're saying. And that's science. My daughter, this is science. This isn't politics. This is all, she's just looking at data. That's all they do is you study data.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will not under any circumstances take this vaccine.
Now, here's the way I viewed it.
Yeah.
Before I got the shot.
Yeah.
There's been, 500 million?
Yeah.
People have died.
Or 500,000.
500,000.
It'll be 500 million by the time they're done distributing the shot.
A lot of those people died of something else, and they attribute it to COVID because something to do with dollars and how that all got broke down. I don't know.
Well, hospitals got paid to find COVID, but that just means the science is poison. You can't get proper data once it's politicized. We just can't know.
If 500,000 people died of something, say half of those died of an ingrown toenail.
That's right.
Or whatever.
The seasonal flu.
And but the other half, there's still a big number that died probably of COVID.
Yeah.
So something killed them. And I'm going, Mom and I, and we're thinking about this, something killed those people.
That's
so
right.
If we can, at our age, do something to ward that off, why not? And that's what led us into the shot. And I do believe, Mom and I have talked about this. I don't believe the shot gave me the blood clots. I do believe the COVID gave me the blood clots.
Okay. So
you think
I have never had blood clots, never had any problems. Now they got me on Eliquis for 3 months.
I will bet you money on the second shot, you get blood clots.
I better not.
And if you do, then you know it's not COVID.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's what I mean.
Boom, science, guys. We will come back with the evidence.
We're all guinea pigs. So
we'll find out if this, I'm a barely literate comic book artist.
There you are.
We're going to find out if I can beat all these doctors and all these scientists with my theory that you're going to get blood clots on the second one.
Oh, yeah. If I go in there and, when I get my second shot, it's in the middle of April.
Yeah, middle of April. We will check back.
Or towards the end of April. But when I get that shot, if I get blood clots, I'll be all over the news.
Yeah.
I'll make sure
I'll get you back on the show. We'll do a video conference. We'll get you on the show, and you can tell the world. We'll get this damn channel shut down so fast, and I'll be happy. I will tell YouTube, thank you for proving my point that you're politicized, that you do not believe in free speech, and that you only repeat what the Democrat Party tells you to do. That's what that's my theory.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they want more people to die because they won't let you report. They actually want more people to die from your symptoms. That's how we do science. In this. Even though I'm a barely literate comic book artist, I have to do journalism because there is no journalism. Hello, deplorable Neanderthals and royal subjects of the state in exile. I had my dad on. We're going to be recording a lot while he's here staying. I'm basically flipping the show over to Dad in Exile to gain some wisdom from the greatest man in my life. In this episode, we talk theology. Please subscribe and like so you don't miss out on a single episode.
Been a raggedy old tent, at least I can count with no hands. Best believe I'm eating dirt. Grass has a lot of nutrition. Down in the underground town.
You'll make it. But the other thing is, Dad, what about living a life of fear? Because I do think if you're an old person and you take the vaccine, don't fear. You could get taken out by a vaccine.
Yeah. It's not a guarantee.
Sure.
You could get taken out by not taking the vaccine.
Yeah.
So no fear. You go in and you do it and you do your best, and some people die.
That's right.
And there's
That's
a chance
correct.
for both of them. You can develop blood clots from either the vaccine or COVID.
Yeah.
We don't know quite
Yeah.
sure yet.
Okay, we're going to theology now. Screw this. We're doing theology. The Bible says God numbers your days. God numbers your days.
He was generous to me.
Yeah, he gave, for how many near-death experiences I've had,
He was
which
generous.
is very
man.
good to us. I'm only saying, if you die of COVID, did not God number your days and you could do no other? If you die of the shot,
Well, if your days are numbered,
yeah,
you're going to go regardless.
right.
I mean,
It could be a car wreck, it could be COVID, it could be whatever.
anything. Yeah. But yeah, if your days are numbered.
It's a free will argument, is that if God truly numbers your days, and the reason why you should have no fear is because if you die, there was nothing you could have done to have been saved. And even if you're saved, there's nothing you could have done to have died.
Yeah.
It takes out the idea that there's no one in control and there's no destiny and there's no God's will at play to some degree dictating certain events. It's science. We live under this illusion that we have full control of the amount of time we spend on earth. And I just don't believe that. Babies die.
Yeah. My mind doesn't work well with these kinds of conversations. I have my own.
Dad argues with God
thing
about his
all
will
this
a
stuff.
lot.
I do.
Yeah.
He's upset about it.
I have, I want to go to heaven like everybody else, but
Okay, to the
I got
non-Christian.
so many questions it's like just I go to breakfast with a couple guys every Thursday morning. And
Sure.
so we're at breakfast.
As you should. Do you guys not wear masks like free Americans?
We have to wear a mask to go into the restaurant, but we take it off as soon as we sit at the table.
What a
Now,
Marxist state.
so
what
one
a
of these guys
mental
I go
abuse.
with, he's a once saved, always saved.
Yeah. So Calvinist. Yeah.
Scroll.
Yeah.
Marxist.
Now, and I don't argue religion, but we do discuss it a lot. And so he's once saved, always saved. So I wish that would work for me, but it won't. I don't believe that. And if I did, I would be a much worse person than I already am.
Because you could get away with.
Well, I got a free ticket in. I'm saved.
That's right.
I was saved.
That's right.
Once saved, always saved. Now, his argument to me is just like I've heard from everybody else.
This is reform.
If you fall off the wagon and you do something, then you weren't really ever saved anyways, or you wouldn't want to do that. That's what they all tell me.
Sure.
So now, this same individual that believes once saved, always saved is not getting a COVID shot.
I'm with him.
Him or his wife.
Well, I'm with him.
And she's an ex-nurse with hospice, took care of hospice people.
She knows she doesn't want to die. Yeah.
Okay. So now Mike and I sat there and we look at each other and I go, I just got it, Mike.
Yeah.
Now he is not, and I got to tell you, they're eating antitoxins they
They do all the herbal crap.
everything they do.
So Dad is like about to die of diabetes.
Oh yeah,
And he just eats whatever he wants.
they're COVID, they're carb. Well, that's carbs and this and they know all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, So I looked at Mike and I go, a light just come on. So now I have these two friends and they're not getting the shot.
That's right.
Okay. So I sat there and I said, okay, let's say he dies before me.
That's right.
That's this guy taking beautiful care of himself and not getting a shot.
That's right.
Then what would happen is I would say, okay, he may not have lived this long if he'd have gotten a shot.
That's right.
Just like the religious thing.
That's right.
You were never saved if you fall off the wagon and do it.
Right.
So that's bargain.
That's the problem with Calvin there. And I'm in the middle. I'm both Calvinist and Arminius. That's Jacobus Arminius and John Calvin. One had a very high opinion of free will. One had a very high opinion of God's sovereignty. And as I get older, I lean more toward Calvinism, because it ends up making a God who actually is allowed to be a God in control, instead of always waiting on man's free will to say, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do until he does this, and then I'm not really in control. The man becomes God and the dictator of events instead of a God. So I'm just leaning more toward God being the dictator rather than our free will. That's all I'm saying. But to our audience out there, there's 3,000 people watching Dad live, 3,200 people right now. There might be some non-Christians out there who don't know Jesus. What would you say to them?
Well,
they're in despair. They're carrying their sin on their own. They will not ask his forgiveness.
And that's how easy it is. You can't tell somebody to become a Christian or get some salvation.
Well, I can. They just won't do it.
You can tell them, but they're not going to do it anyway.
Get saved, people. So repent.
You just let them go. I mean, God loves them. By the way, Billy Graham made I think he died with $25 million in the bank.
Here it comes.
And he did that by telling everybody that Jesus loved them. So
I'd pay him double that.
Yeah, you might find an easier way.
I think he was worth 10 times that.
Yeah. Well,
he got ripped off.
And that's what everybody tells me. Would you rather he had it or Hussein,
Yeah.
And I'm glad he had it, but I think a pastor doing what he did, why not put a little more into unwed mothers or poor people, or start a home for the leopards, or somebody overseas. I mean, $25 million.
He means lepers.
He didn't need that kind of money because he wasn't a big partier. What are you going to do?
Yeah, he didn't need it.
And so I don't know. I have that problem with Billy Graham or anybody.
Yeah.
That would rip people off like that.
Oh, yeah. He's not a rip-off artist. He just had money. Hello, geniuses who subscribe to this channel. My dad talks about some forbidden subjects and weighs in on pot.
Been a raggedy old tent, at least I can count with no hands. Best believe I'm eating dirt. Grass has a lot of nutrition. Down in the underground town.
Look, this guy asked Doug, who was Earthworm Jim in real life? Now, the missing member of...
I can answer that.
There you go.
My other son, James.
That's right.
Doug's older brother.
My older brother, Jim, is going to come on this show. We're going to do it over a YouTube thing. And he is a blast also. He's great with politics, and the guy can jaw. The guy can talk. Okay. So, Dad, Biden is a near vegetable.
He is.
We've already asserted,
But
know.
Wait, I don't know if he's a turnip, an onion, or a bell pepper.
He's a carrot.
His brain is crazy.
He's a carrot. He's a carrot.
He is a vegetable.
So who's driving the car?
Well, they got him sitting behind the wheel, but I don't know. It might be one of those cars with all kinds of sensors on it.
Yeah.
But just when you're going to bump into somebody.
Yeah, we have potato, we have turnip, we have eggplant.
Yeah.
A lot of potato.
Yeah.
In here.
You guys are good.
Oh, my audience.
Yeah.
I have the greatest audience I have the only smart audience on YouTube.
Yeah.
What was that on me? There you go. Biden is a potato of undetermined gender.
Yeah. For sure.
Do we want to weigh into trends? Dad, and just truly just destroy the show? Do we want to weigh into, can a man become a woman?
Well, there's another one. Oh God.
They're about to pass the Equality Act.
Yeah, what a
that
lot of
forces
sick people.
that forces you to say,
yeah, I'm 2 years old. I don't.
That's right.
I don't want to.
That's right.
I want to be some. Cut that somebody off and give me something.
That's right. I identify.
I don't ever want to be called.
Yeah. Yeah. I identify as a. So please don't question my move. You have to agree with me.
Well, we discussed this in communications class. Can you be transgender and not allow transracial if you have, like, when you adopt children, can they not be part of your culture? Or when you go live somewhere else, you've been born and raised somewhere else your whole life, but you are white.
Right.
Do you not belong to that?
Hey, the governor of our state is.
Oh, yeah.
Now, but you know what?
This is Colorado.
Why does that surprise us? Look what they did with the presidency. We got Biden as a president.
Yeah, I'd rather have a gay conservative than Biden than a straight liberal in there any day.
I don't know. I feel sorry for all them people, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, some people just can't get their head on straight, and they want to change everything.
But the main thing is Biden's not in control. Someone else is driving the car. Probably a whole bunch of leftists, like a whole panel of very smart people, of elitists that want to tell everyone what to do, how to think, and give you a check. Tell them about your check. You're gonna get a stimulus check.
Yeah,
qualify.
I got the first one, and now we're getting our second one. And the truth of the matter is, I don't need it.
Yeah,
I should not be getting it.
What are you going to spend your $1,600 on?
I don't have
a new handgun.
A new gun.
Yeah, I am going to buy another pistol.
Buy more guns.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, the money at this stage doesn't mean anything.
Well, and they bought off the poor in America. They gave everyone in America $1,400, the poor, but then they give $10,000 to Planned Parenthood, to people in other countries, to $1.4 billion to study a bridge in New York, not build a bridge.
Yeah.
How? Because that would actually require some work.
Yeah.
They're just going to study a bridge. They just have to set up meetings, and they get $1 billion.
I'll tell you what they missed. They missed giving the polywog study.
Yeah.
$100 million.
The tadpole study.
Find out why some pollywogs from a bullfrog are a little different than the pollywogs
than the
from
others.
a toad.
I imagine
I would like to know that.
I imagine there is actually some money going to that.
I hope there is. I really hope there is.
So we can rest.
That's very important.
Guys, we can all rest knowing that they have funded all kinds of animal studies that we don't even know about till you read the fine print.
Yeah.
Is he making the frogs? We're not going to answer that.
That's a good one.
That's right. It's probably true. I'm only saying.
Yeah.
They're trying to make our children gay, so of course they'll make the frogs gay. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I want everyone to be gay. That's how I do. That's how I save my channel, Dad, as I throw those out.
Good
See
for
that?
you.
I want 100% to be gay. Then when we stop reproducing, the entire world will just collapse, and then we'll be
survival of the fittest.
There you are.
Survival of the fittest. Yeah, I know. What happened to evolution? What happened to reproducing and getting your genes in the next generation? And suddenly, therefore, anything that does not allow reproduction, to allow your genes to get in the next generation, to create the Hitlerian Superman through evolution. That's what I wonder.
Well, our governor is, and he has adopted. And when he was running for the governorship, he actually had his wife, who's a male, come out in a suit. And Mom and I just look at each other and go, "What a bunch of sick bastards!" and they put the guy in there.
Yeah.
And they have adopted.
What happened to Colorado?
Wait a minute. And they've adopted 2 children. Rocket Band. Who did that?
Oh, Elton John.
Yeah. There's another. What a bunch of sick people. Huh?
How did Colorado, which is like this rugged Marlboro
We
man.
used to be red.
What happened to the mountain man? And now they're all, oh,
A bunch of pussies.
get politician,
They're
get him in
terrible.
office.
Yeah.
What happened to
Yeah.
Colorado?
Hey.
Aspen, Boulder,
Hey,
Aspen, Boulder. They're a bunch of, your state's a bunch of,
They are. They are. A bunch of libbies.
yeah, bunch of liberals
It's terrible.
running Colorado. And legalize
Yeah.
pot. Everyone get on pot.
Oh, yeah.
Legalize pot.
Yeah.
Legalize every drug. I just want everyone to be and everyone on drugs.
Yeah.
I have a friend from Colorado who's also jokes about all of the legality behind pot, and she's just like, I can't handle this. Her dad was served in the Air Force, in that area, and she's just like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like I live here, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Here's how smart people are, and what I'm telling you is true.
Mm.
Everybody in Colorado, if you're a Colorado resident and you got a house,
Yeah.
you don't have to have a house, but you could have 6 marijuana plants. So mom and I can have 12 marijuana plants.
Right.
Now
Make money.
I don't know enough about marijuana to know how much cigarettes or joints you can get off of one plant.
Mm.
But we're so smart, we have marijuana dispensaries in almost every town.
Oh, yeah.
Now, why in the hell would you want to go buy?
Oh.
How smart are we?
Probably because you get the massive stinky bud high on genetically altered marijuana or like bred marijuana that has way
Yeah.
more ability to
It
just
is
get
potent,
you
yeah.
stoned and blot out the pain in life and not face your pain.
And it is permanent damage, by the way.
Yeah, well, and this is the thing is like there is a study, and I know that I'm talking off the, I'm armchairing here, but there are studies that tie schizophrenia to pot use. That's all. But I don't care. I'm just saying I have not met, I know that we know people who smoke a lot of pot. You've tried it. I have not, right? My dad has tried
Also
pot.
fun.
I have not.
Well, there are some medical people who need it
Yeah.
for
I'm all for medical use.
Yeah.
People who
Yeah.
go through chemotherapy,
Medical marijuana.
they lose their appetite. You take the pot cracker or whatever, and you're suddenly get your appetite back and save your life. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
That's what they snuck marijuana in under. They always say, "Oh, this is for medicine,"
Yeah.
and now it's everyone smoking pot who doesn't need it for non-medical reasons. They're doing it to get stoned.
Well,
Effing stoner.
if you go by a pot shop,
Yeah.
they will have a sign in the window that says, if you want a medical marijuana card, be here Saturday. The doctor will be here from 8 till noon.
Yeah, because you have to get a card for
So
it.
you walk in there and you
Scam.
tell him my little toe hurts, and he'll go, oh, you need medical marijuana.
Of
And
course.
he writes you a
'Cause
card.
he's sponsored
Thanks,
by
Doc.
the shop,
And
too.
then you're
Yeah.
set. That's it right
Yeah,
there.
denying the Hippocratic Oath. For those of you guys who have not thumbs up yet, if you want to see more Dad, give us a thumbs up. To pump up more views, please pass this link around to your friends. Of course, subscribe. Of course, tell them the event that my dad is in Franklin, Tennessee, and we're going to straighten out the world. Hopefully, by the end of the week, I'll lose my channel. I'm Doug TenNapel in Exile with Dad. Dad, save us, Dad.
Goodbye.